Hi friends, Nancy Novak here from Stampin' Shout. Welcome to my live Facebook webinar where I'm going to demonstrate a few of the projects that I made using the Daisy Delight stamps and the Daisy Delight punch. So I really like this set, and let's get started. Before we get started though, I want to show you guys something. I was cleaning all of my stamping blocks before I went live, and I thought, well, I might as well show you guys in case somebody doesn't know what it's like. This is a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and I don't know if you can see this block. It's dirty, and so you just take your little Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and look how it takes all that gunk off and the old ink and smudges. So just thought I'd share that with you, a little hint. And let's get started. Okay, so today we're going to use, like I said, the Daisy Delight, and I have 3 projects. I'm going to make them real quick. They're pretty easy. So here I have a couple of thank you. These are note cards. These are thank you note cards. So let me show you. Stampin' Up! Sells packs of these note cards, and they come 22 a pack, and I don't know, they're $6 or $7 or something like that. They're not very expensive, but I love them. They're very thick, they're very sturdy, so you can do a lot with them. And today we're going to make this type of card right here with the daisy punch. We're also going to make a little gift tag with the daisy punch. Now this is with the daisy stamps, and I'm going to show you a little technique with this. And lastly, we are going to make a wine tag. So I think this was really cute. I don't know, I just came up with these colors. I don't know, I liked this on the wine bottle. This is called Tranquil Tide. So anyways, let's get started real quick. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in a note card. So they come like this. They're 7 by 5. They are pre-scored. So we just have to fold it in half like that. And then I have a piece of designer series paper. I think I'm going to make this one in Berry Burst, this color. So again, I made one in, this is crushed curry, and this is denim, the blue denim color. I'll get you the name of that in a second. Dapper Denim. So this is Berry Burst. And so where this paper came from is from my little paper stack here that I bought. And these are 6 by 6 size paper. There's 48 sheets in here for $10, and it comes in 3 colors or 4 colors. So you got Berry Burst, and they're 2-sided. So anyways, this is great paper. I love the 6 by 6. So I have a piece of that designer series paper, and let's see, that is cut to 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then I have a piece of Whisper White that we are going to punch, and that is 4 1/2 by 3 inches. And let me show you how we do that. Real easy. First thing I'm going to do is to snail this piece down to my note card. This is a good card to make if you have to make a lot of thank you notes too. Real quick and easy. Just cut all your paper ahead of time, then punch everything, and then put it all together. Look at the cute little note cards too, and they're so nice. They feel so nice. So next what I'm going to do is I have the piece of Whisper White, and it fits nicely into my daisy punch. I'm going to put it all the way in, and then I just want to center it this way. So I'm kind of looking to make sure I have the same amount on each side, and then I'm going to give it a punch. Save that for something. Okay, then I'm going to bring in my thank you sentiment from the stamp set. Nice big thank you, real pretty font. And I'm going to bring in Berry Burst ink. Again, I have a little magazine down here to give me a little cushion when I stamp with these polymer stamps. The polymer stamps are the see-through stamps. They don't have a lot of cushion behind them, so when you put a little magazine under there, it just gives you a nice even stamp. So here we go. pretty. Isn't that font pretty? I don't know. When you stamp something, it just still makes me go, wow, that's so pretty. Oh, look, I got a smudge. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my dimensionals. I'm going to have to put something on my smudge. Bring in dimensionals, flip this. Oh, you know what I think I'll do? I'm going to do that over. Since I have a smudge, I am going to stamp it one more time. I was looking for the Berry Burst ink. I'm telling you, I just have this little table here. Don't ask me why I keep losing stuff. Okay. There you go. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in dimensionals and put them on the back side of this. And just pop this little white piece up. I'm going to put 2 more dimensionals right here just to give it a little bit more stability since we punched that hole right in the middle. And that should be all it needs. And then we take off the backing of those 2-sided dimensionals. They're sticky on both sides. And then we just center it right here. And it's done. Isn't it pretty? I love it. And what's nice about these note cards is, like I said, they're thick, and it's really nice just to write your little thank you note inside and sign it and send it off in your pretty little envelope, and that's it. That's done. All right, on to the next project. Also, I want you to remember, after this broadcast is over, if you go to my blog, stampandshout.com, I am going to have there project sheets. So if you're interested in making this project, you can go to the website. I have a picture of the project. I have all the sizes, and I have all the products that I used. The products are clickable, so that means if you wanted to buy something, you could click on it and it would take you right to my store. Real easy to buy something. Or if you have questions, please email me on nancyandnovak@gmail.com, and all that information is on my blog. So don't ask me to remember everything right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my tag topper punch. This is a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and it is cut to 4.5 inches by 2 inches. So the 2 inches is going to fit perfectly inside this punch. I'm going to put it in there, and now we have our little tag topper. And now I'm just going to bring in some stamps from the Daisy Delight stamp set. And this is a 2-step stamping process. And it's real easy and it's real pretty. So I am going to stamp my stems in Tranquil Tide. I love this Tranquil Tide color. It's different than the average green, and I just think it's very pretty. So what I'm going to do is, this is the long, skinny stem, and I am going to stamp 3 of those. I want to bring in my tag to show you. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? All right, I'll find it. It's here, you guys. That's going to be the standard joke, isn't it? All right, so I stamped it up, and I am going to stamp 3 times. The second one in the middle here, I'm going to go a little higher. Just do whatever you think looks pretty. And then I'm going to bring in, I have it here. So I'm going to bring in the other stems. And I'm just going to, these are like little wild stems to me. I'm going to put them here and there in the middle. And the next step, I just love this stamp, how it turns out. It's just so cute. It's so easy. So I'm just stamping here and there. Okay. Then I bring in this little stamp which is this little piece right here. It's got the little, I guess they're fern leaves or something, and they'll fit perfectly on these lines. And so we just kind of match it up. And it just makes such a difference to this look. Look how cute that is. I just love it. It's kind of like magic. Okay, now we'll bring in the flower. So there's two stamps. There's a full covering stamp, and then there's the lines of the flower. So I'm going to bring in, I think I'll bring in crushed curry. Hang on a second. Okay, so I got crushed curry, and I'm going to stamp the lines of the flower. So what I mean by that is that's what it looks like. It's the outline of the flowers. So I'm just going to put one here at the top in the middle. There. And there. And then I'm going to bring in my other stamp, which is the stamp that will fill this flower in. I'm going to ink it up. I'm going to stamp off because I don't want it to be that dark. See how dark it would be? I want my lines to show up nicely. I just want a little bit of color in there. So I stamped off. Again, I inked it up, stamped off, and then I stamp it right on our gift tag. There you go. Then I have a piece of, this is actually a scrap that I used when I made my my little daisy card. This is a scrap, and I don't throw my scraps away, so I'm going to use the other side of it. That's all that Color Theory paper. I'm going to bring back in my Tranquil Tide, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment on here. So I'm going to ink it up. And it says, "Your thoughtfulness brightened my day." And I got a little bit too much ink on there, so I'm going to wipe it off. See? It must be a really juicy ink pad. And again, with the polymer stamps, with sentiments, you just have to lightly touch. And I think I was too eager there, and I punched a little bit too hard, or stamped a little bit too hard. So I'm going to center this right in the middle of this scrap. And there you go. Look how pretty that is. Now that scrap is actually 5/8 inches wide, and it's about 2 3/4 wide. And I'm going to bring in my banner punch, and I'm going to give it a little banner at each end. So I'm putting the sentiment up so I can see it. And when I put it in here, I want to make sure I'm not going to punch any of my words off. Whoops. So there you go. Do the other end. Perfect. I lucked out, I think, huh? Okay, then I'm going to grab my snail and put that right down here at the bottom. And then I have some baker's twine. This is crushed curry. So I'm just going to take off about 12 inches or so, 10 or 12 inches. I'm going to fold it in half, poke it through that little hole that our tag topper punch made for us, and there we go. You got a cute little tag.